Hi everyone, this is Michelle Rushing with Stampin' Butterfly. I hope you guys are having a great day. I wanted to come on today and share a bunch of alternative paper pumpkin ideas that I developed with this last paper pumpkin we had for December 2020. So the kit is called Berry Comforting and it has a lot of cute stamps in there, and so let's take a look at the kit now. So this is our kit as it comes in the box. And you'll see the title of it is Very Comforting, and it's December 2020. So when you open up your kit, it always comes with your instructions. It comes with a clear block on your first kit, and then each kit comes with an ink spot. So this month was Rich Razzleberry. You receive a stamp set in each kit. So this one has a bear, a couple of cute sentiments, and some flowers for decor. And then you also receive all of your, well, I've used quite a bit of mine, but so you get all your little images that are just already cut out for you. So you just punch them out. And then there's different layering pieces that they included, some squares and some circles. And then they also give you your card bases. So let's see, those are in here. So you've got some envelopes with some cute liners in there, and then the card bases. So these were the last three I haven't made yet. And those are the different card bases that come in your kit. So as you can see, I have this little bear floating along. I was testing him out on the hot pink paper. I didn't love him, so I'm not sure if I'll make him into anything, but he's an extra piece that's in there. So let's take a look at the cards as shown in the kit. So I did go ahead and make some of those already, and we can take a look at those. So these are the three cards that are made as shown in the kit. So these are the three, and you receive all your little pieces. And then I just did a little bit of stamping. It came with the dimensionals. So you can pop up some of your pieces here. You can see, I don't know if you can see, yeah, you can see that there's some dimensionals under these various layers. Then what I did, I went ahead and I tried to cut up some of the pieces to get a little bit more use out of it, and then also just swapped out some of the items. So like for this one, I changed the background of the bear, and then now he has a cupcake, and I brought in a birthday stamp set that I had from one of my mini stamps. So I brought in a different stamp set for that. And then this one, he's holding the little heart. For the next card, I separated out the little koala bears. So I cut them in half, because right now on this card they're attached. And what I did was I just cut them apart, and I popped out popped them up on dimensionals, added some twine I had in my crafting stash. And then I just used the same punched images that they provided, and I just pulled them apart. And then for this piece right here for the backgrounds, I went ahead, and in the kit they have this little rectangle piece, so I just cut it down the center and then used half of it on this one. Well, maybe one side's a little bit bigger than the other, but I used them on the backgrounds there. And then I brought in a couple of different stamp sets and dies to finish it off. So this one is one of the birthday stamp sets we have. It has the birthday wishes, and then it also has It's Your Day. So it's a bunch of birthday greetings in that one. I can't think of the name off the top of my head. But so I thought, okay, well, the koalas are cute with the hearts for Valentine's Day. So I brought in the Happy Valentine's Day stamp. So one of the stamp sets I used for that is the Meant to Be. So you can see there's the Happy Valentine's Day. I also used the You Make Me Happy stamp out of them. This is one of my favorite stamp sets of hearts that we have in the catalog. And it also has coordinating dies. So let's take a look at that. I think I've used that stamp set in a couple of other cards. So let's see. This guy. So we kept the koalas together again with the heart. And then this heart in the background that I added on was actually from the die set related to this stamp set. So if we take a look over here, let's see, where are those dies? So here's our dies that coordinate. And I always save my little extra pieces. So these were different samples of what you can do with the dies in this. So there's a scalloped edge, and then there's some fun die cut hearts and things. So I'm going to scoot those all to the side. But you can see there's so many different options for hearts in here. And I usually use some retired paper when I'm cutting up samples to keep in here, so that way I've got these to play with when I am testing it out. So that heart right there is actually this little piece right here. So I used this piece on some white cardstock to make that heart. So that's how that one came to be. I also used this little scalloped edge on another card I'll show you in a little bit, where I die cut a piece of the stamp set, or the provided card. So let's scoot that to the side and take a look at a couple more. So let's see. Here you go. This one also uses the hearts. So you can see here, I went ahead and used the same card base that they provided, but I used that scalloped edge here. And there's the heart with another heart from that same die cut. So I used like 3 different hearts from that same stitched, what was it called? It is Be Mine stitched framelits. And then the Meant to Be is the stamp set that coordinates with it. And then what I did is I just used the little bear stamp, and I colored him with some blends, some of the alcohol markers, and popped him up with some little gold gems that I had. And then I took a piece of sea foam and I just glued it down the side to kind of offset where I cut off the scalloped edge of that card. Then I also took that same stamp set, so that You Make Me Happy, you'll see that on here. And then on this little bear card, I went ahead and used some of the plaid paper from the Christmas catalog that's getting ready to retire. And you can see this bear, I colored him a little bit different, so he's a little bit darker. And then this is the bear that comes in the set, so they used more like a cinnamon cider. And I did some crumb cake soft suede on some of my bears. And then for the background, I just went ahead and embossed that with the Tasteful Textures die, or embossing folder rather. So I did the melon mambo with that. And again, the little heart that he's holding is from the same die set. So I used it quite a bit actually. The hearts are just so cute and they match so nicely. And then I did some pearls on here, and I just colored those with the blends markers. So you can use your alcohol markers to color your pearls and your rhinestones. So that's what I did for that guy. Then we went ahead and decided, okay, let's make a baby card. So we went ahead and stamped the bear on some textured paper, and then we embossed it through that same Tasteful Textures embossing folder. So after I stamped him, I cut him out from the patterned paper, and then I embossed it with this. So he kind of looks like a fuzzy bear. And then the sweet baby comes from our Itty Bitty. So we have an Itty Bitty Greetings, and this one comes in handy. It has lots of different holidays in there for you. So I pulled the sweet baby out of this one. It's down here. And use that to make the little baby card. And then you could do this in blue as well, so you could stamp the bear on a blue paper and then have a baby card for that. And then these are just some of the stamps that were in the kit. And then I popped it up on some Stitch So Sweetly. So that's another framelit set that I use quite a bit. So if you take a look here, again, here's some more scraps with me practicing and playing with the different shapes. So this rectangle I used over here, and then this little sweet baby one, I used this guy over here. And they layer up so nicely, and you can see on this one I used that same scalloped rectangle. It's one of my favorites. And then this little guy here as well is from this set. So I did use this one quite a bit for my alternative cards. Another one I went ahead and thought, well, let's do some birthday cards with the balloons. So the balloons are on the glimmer paper. See if you can tell, yeah. So that's our new rainbow glimmer paper. That's in the annual catalog. So those are with the double balloon punch that's in the annual catalog. And then that multi-birthday stamp set I used for the happy belated birthday. This is the little guy that came in the kit, and then this Bermuda Bay paper is actually one of the new papers that you can earn for free in celebration. That's in the new catalog that comes out January 5th. So this is the Oso Ombre Bermuda Bay paper. And the little squiggles for the balloons, those came from the Happy Hippos dies. Those are just super cute with their little, and I did those in the rainbow as well. Then I went ahead and just did a little alternative for the raccoon guy. So where's his original? So his original guy looked like this. So all I did was I turned the card sideways, and then I swapped out the square for the circle piece that they provided and gave it a happy birthday sentiment with the present that was in the kit. So you can customize your cards for whatever holidays you have coming up, and you can always get a lot more projects out of your card kit. And then the last card I want to show you is the little bear. So this time I stamped him on gray paper so I don't have to color him in. I just used the Memento black ink. And then I put him on a piece of plaid, and let's see if you can tell. I embossed the paper with the let's see, Evergreen Forest embossing folder. So I just ran the patterned paper through there. So it gives you a little bit of trees in the background. And then the sentiment from here says, just a card to say hello, and that's from one of our new stamp sets, Many Messages. And I'll show you that in a minute. That's a pretty cool stamp set that's coming out in the new catalog. Also, this happy anniversary and this die cut image right here is from that Many Mates, or Many Messages. Many Mates is in the other catalog. So this is our new stamp set, and it had lots of different occasions. So this is one of my favorites, and I'll have to do a video a little bit later to share with you how it works. But basically it's one huge stamp, and so let's go ahead and peel it off. So you can see it is one large stamp, and it has all kinds of sentiments on there. So that's where those two card sentiments came from. And what you do, the dies are one large set of dies as well. So you stamp that on your paper all in one shot, and then you go ahead and you lay this over the top, and it's one huge die cut that runs through your machine, and it cuts quite easily. I ran it through one time and it cut all the pieces. The one key to note, and like I said, when I do a video I'll show you guys, but there are these little stars right here and hearts. If you line those up with the images when they're stamped, it makes it much easier to line up your dies. So for instance, well, it's kind of backwards. So once this stamps down that way, you would just line this up so that your images would fill up those spots, and then it gives you a good way to die cut that. Anyway, so those are just some of the cards I came up with. I know there's lots of different alternatives out there, and there's lots of different ways you can use your products. But Paper Pumpkin is a great subscription. It's lots of fun every month. It's always fun to see what they're going to send out to us, and then try to come up with some alternatives. You can always use the kit the way it is, but I do like to go in and dabble a little bit and see what else I can come up with, because there's so many different products that I already have that are just fun to see how everything coordinates so nicely. I think that's about it. Gives you I don't know how many samples I have, but I have quite a few. So hopefully that gives you some great ideas on other cards that you can make. And I hope you have a great night. Thanks for joining me.